Hey, DJ.
What's going on, Wes?
Hey, man, did you know that the railroad tracks used to run right through downtown in Wylie?
I did not. I feel like I kind of remember that, but no, I didn't know that.
And I believe back in 2001, Wylie was one of only 2 cities in the whole U.S. that were able to get railroad tracks rerouted.
That makes us special.
Wylie is special.
Wylie's special.
Hello, friends, and welcome to the Live, Love Wylie podcast, hosted by Wes Dorsey and DJ Shirley. Connecting people in the city we live and love. Well. We're back at it again.
Thank you, Live Love Wylie band. Before I get in trouble, appreciate you guys for being here.
They get mad
again.
when you don't shout them out.
I know. I didn't one time. I feel like that's a pretty good record.
And they almost went on strike.
Well, they're back now.
Yeah. Hey, man, we got a great episode today.
We do got a great episode.
Man, who do we have?
So we have with us today, we have a couple of awesome guests. We have one that you may recognize. We have Mr. Craig Kelly from the City of Wylie. We have applause. Woo! And then we have a...
Maybe booze.
Maybe booze.
Only applause here.
Speaking of booze on Ballard. Oh, you like what I did there? Okay. Sping. And then we have a longtime listener, first-time caller with us today, Carrie Lindsey from Discover Wylie.
Now we get the applause.
Woo! Welcome. Yeah. So it's gonna be a fun episode. We're gonna talk about a lot. Today. So Wes, I'll let you dive into it there.
All right. So we've had Craig on before, so people have probably seen that episode, know all about Craig. So let's meet our new guest. Carrie, tell us about yourself and tell us about why you're here in Wylie, what brought you here, and what you love about it.
Well, we moved to Wylie 11 years ago. So my daughter was 6 days old when we moved. So that's always how I know how long I've been here, is how old my kid is.
Good start.
Yeah. And we picked Wylie actually because we had friends who had grown up here and went to school here and graduated from high school in Wylie. And when we were looking for a place to move, they said you should check it out. And we did. And I remember driving up here and there was a Target and there was a Starbucks, and that's all I needed. And so it's like, hey,
I'm in.
done. So we moved here to Wylie. So we've been here for 11 years now.
That is that's pretty awesome. I mean, to be able to reference just a childbirth or a child age and go, yeah, it's been that long. As long as you remember the age of your kids, which I think you're pretty good.
So far. I think when they get older, you start to forget. But so far, so good.
I have a similar story. I mean, we moved. My daughter was born in November. We moved here in January.
It's so hard.
So it's like she's 2 months.
Yeah.
She's 2 months old. So she'll be 23 this year.
Yeah.
So
you're able to measure it that way.
Yeah, I measure it in my daughter's. Yes.
Same.
Wes has been here since they had like a coal mine or something.
He was here when the train was coming.
I was here when the train tracks were here and the 3 saloons were downtown. And the
he had a horse-drawn carriage.
Yeah,
wow.
Tied my horse up outside.
I like it.
And there was a swimming pool.
Yes, there was a swimming pool.
Farming onions as well, then.
Yep. Yeah. No, absolutely. It's kind of funny that Carrie had started doing so much with the Discover Wylie and then being able to bring both of you guys back in here. Craig, we knew that from the beginning you were going to be like a regular guest, right? I mean, just because there's so much going on.
Are you a regular?
Well, he will be. I mean, because
one.
2 times in a year already.
Okay,
so
yeah, you're a regular. Oh, I'm
how
not
it
because I'm a
goes.
celebrity.
That's great. I feel so special now.
No, it is. You know, I mean, I had a feeling that was going to be the case. I mean, when we talk about just events around the city, and we'll get to some of those, here in a bit, but, there's so many events that do happen around the city, and there are a lot of these standalone events that the city gets behind or the city partners with, and it becomes, even bigger, even better, just because the city is involved in that. And I know events are something that are, near and dear to your heart. I know it's something that you really enjoy
definitely
being a part of. So I'm glad to have you back here. But
Thanks.
Carrie, in particular, let's talk about Discover Wylie. I think a lot of people who are familiar or not familiar with the Discover Wylie and exactly what is that. I know it has changed over the last few years, and not really changed, but just kind of taken on a new face and a new life, and that's something that I know that you were a part of. And so I think people knowing we're about to talk about some of the Discover Wylie things. So, I mean, what is Discover Wylie and what does it look like?
So hopefully everybody will know about it now,
That's
right? If you don't already. So Discover Wylie is the Wylie Facebook and Instagram pages, which are a tourism and travel page. Really is sort of the angle that we are taking with these pages. So the whole purpose and point of these pages is that we want people to spend money and time in Wylie. So if you live here, we want you to spend time in your community, and we want you to know what's happening and what's going on. And if you don't live here, we want you to come here and eat at our restaurants and bring your kids here and shop downtown. We have, this amazing little downtown that most communities don't have, and we want everybody to know about it. And that's kind of what the energy and intent behind Discover Wylie is just sharing our amazing community with everybody.
Showing it off.
Yeah,
right?
totally
I
showing
think
it off.
From what I've seen on there, it's a fair share of, from some of the events that are going on to food, to shopping, to just things, like the unique facts. I noticed, I see some of those, and what's cool is I've seen interaction on it too. You post some of an old photo, a really old photo. And then I remember one in particular that someone commented like, that was my great Uncle Robert or something like that.
That made me so happy.
Was cool.
It was a picture of a guy with a car, like a 1920 something car. And so I kind of posted like, hey, what year do you think this was? And I knew what year the picture was taken because it was on the information from the picture, but I didn't know the year of the car. And someone posted, that's my uncle so-and-so, and that was the 1929 whatever. I don't know cars, but it was really cool to have that connection. And now we know who the person in the picture is, and we know how old the car is and where it was taken. Cool. Yeah, it was really neat.
That's so neat. That's so neat that there's a connection point there, that I think that there are a lot of people, and you and I have talked about that in the past, just in passing and things, is, I think a lot of people want to know, and like Craig, I know you know this because you guys post stuff about it too, but there are people, I mean, I'm one of those included, that I have not been here since, the railroad tracks and horses were tied up downtown. But, now being here, I've been here, just celebrated 5 years. I've made Facebook official. But, it's getting to know some of those things. I love seeing that, like just the history of like what used to be here and what wasn't here, and why this is here and why this is the way it is now. And I mean, being able to see some of those things is really cool. And I think that, not only from the city side, but from, the Discover Wylie side as well, being able to go and tell some of those stories and remind people of heritage or legacy or whatever you want to call it, that, is Wylie, which I think is really cool.
That is cool. So we got a lot going on here in the next few months for sure, right? With the holiday season cranking up. And in particular, let's start with talking about the holiday gift guide.
Yeah.
Yeah, what is it and where did it come from and all that good stuff?
Okay, so the gift guide, where it comes from is, this is so helpful that you guys have this. This is so great. Okay, so pretty.
Oh.
So pretty.
Let me change the shot. There we go.
That was last year's gift guide.
Yep.
So when I moved here 11 years ago, I was blogging. So I have a blog, and I was blogging full time, and I would put out a gift guide every year. And it was a PDF, and it would be hosted on my website, and people could just go and find like cute gifts, interesting things that I curated and that I thought were fun. And it kind of has a vibe, like, remember the wish book, the Sears wish book? So that was kind of my intention behind it, was to kind of create the Sears wish book. So last year we did one for Wylie, and these are all Wylie-based businesses. So they're either located here, well, they're all located here, I guess, here in Wylie. So we put together all of these businesses, local small businesses, where you can spend your money in your community and in your town, and it's all nice and cute and in one place where you can click on the links and the pictures, and it will take you directly to those stores.
And that's something I noticed, and I was going to reference that, and I'm glad that you already did, is I was looking at last year's gift guide, knowing that this year's is getting ready to come out.
Yes.
And I noticed that it was not, when I clicked download, I was like, okay, cool, download, and it's a guide, but then it's a clickable PDF, which is obviously, I could see something and go, cool, that checkered bag, yay!
How cute! Where do I get it?
Now I'm gonna flip to my next one, because there are breakdowns. But here's what the actual pages look like. And they're gonna look kind of small in the camera shot, but everyone can go get their 2022 version soon. But here, it says like there's Deanie and Gourmet popcorn. If I were to hover, I could click that, and it would take me directly to where I could get that.
Right.
Learn more about it. So I think, and what I thought was cool too is that, and you can elaborate as much as you want. Feel free. But you've got everything in here from, Shoemaker and Heart, which is, coffee, and trinkets is the best way I know how to describe some of the stuff that they have in there. Like, it's so, I love going in there, just seeing what's new. But, Dear Sorella with, it's got a handbag there, but all the way to, we have nonprofits listed here too. We have Texas Therapeutic Riding Center, and we have an NSYNC Exotics opportunity. And I thought it was unique. The Community Christian Care Center is offering 2 tickets to the Taste of Wylie event. I mean, they came up with something creative. There's something here that not just, well, I sell muffins and coffee, so it's easy for me to give a gift card or give something like that. People got creative with what they could offer in this. I thought that was really neat.
Yeah, and that's what we encourage was to have, if you're not a store, so some of these are stores and boutiques, and you can go downtown and you can buy all kinds of things. And you can see when you look at the gift guide, if it has a little person on it, that means it's got a physical location where you can go and shop. But if they didn't have that, we wanted there to be a clear, it's not just local businesses. There's a clear thing that you can purchase and a clear way that you can support them in a manner that you can gift to somebody and in turn, shop Wylie.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. And you had, and now I guess the process, because not everyone that knows, and we don't have to get into the nitty gritty of it, because I don't know that anybody really cares. No, but I think I think it's neat for people to know that, I know that some of these, I'm looking at these. How does a business get involved in this? Let's talk about next year. I know this year it's closed this year.
Yes.
Okay, it's closed this year. That's what I thought. Want to make sure.
Yes.
But if someone thinking of next year, how do they get involved in, and if they go, well, I don't have any, cool pictures like this, I don't even know, I don't have an idea of what to put in this, and then someone helps them come up with a gift card idea. I mean, is that something that y'all are all involved in, of making people make this happen, or how does it work?
Yeah, I was pretty involved, especially last year. This year people get it a little bit more, but very involved in helping people come up with ideas or help take pictures if they need pictures, because I want it to look the same. And so, not everyone has the same style of photography. So if there's not a picture that works, I'll take a picture and or take what I can and edit to make everything work. But last year, or this year, and next year as well, if you are a member of the Wylie Downtown Merchants Association or the Chamber of Commerce, they automatically get emails and lots of information fed to them about this. So join those organizations if you have a small business in Wylie. Aside from that, I shared on the Discover Wylie Facebook and Instagram pages as well. And you can also just know that when it gets to be October of next year, this is coming out.
It's going to happen.
Yeah, it's going to happen. So find me and I'll put your stuff in the gift guide as long as it's relevant and as long as it works and as long as you have a giftable product.
Do we know ballpark of how many businesses we can expect to be in this year's?
I think between 30 and 40, which is about what we had last year. But I think it's going to be about the same this year.
That's awesome.
I haven't done it all. I haven't finished it. So
that's cool. That's okay. That's all right. Well, then you bring me right to my very next question was, when can people expect this?
Okay, so
ballpark. Give us an idea of when we might be able to expect this.
So it'll be out next week.
Before Christmas. Before New Year's.
Before Christmas.
It'll be out next week. How do they get it again?
Okay, it'll be out next week, and it's going to be hosted on discoverwylie.com, and I will share it a lot across social media. So Discover Wylie Facebook, Discover Wylie Instagram. I don't know if the city.
Oh, we'll post it as well.
Okay, the city will post it. Great. Maybe the EDC will post it. I mean, we're going to try to get.
We'll share it.
Live Love Wylie.
Live Love
Love
Wylie.
Wylie will share it. Yeah. Okay, good.
Yeah, we'll share it as well. So
next week. Let's say end of next week.
End of next week. Yeah. Watching social. DiscoverWylie.com.
End of next week will be. I don't know when this is going to air.
Well, it's all relative.
It's the first week in November.
The episode will air before Christmas as well. So
yeah, good. It'll be out.
It'll air this week.
Yes.
This episode will air this week.
This episode will air this week. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yep.
We're good.
Nobody knows what day it is right now.
Nobody knows.
Any week, right?
We could say anything right now. Like we could give
that's
lottery numbers or something.
Just who knows what does next week even mean? So the first week in November-ish.
I mean, she has a valid point.
She does. Yeah, it's
pretty good.
It's not bad at all. Okay, it's coming out.
It's coming out.
Be watching for it. Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right. So, Craig. Welcome. Yes. I'm sorry.
I mean, that way they can check the page every day, right?
Oh, yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. Just keep watching.
Just keep checking the page.
Checking every day.
Checking every day. Discover Wylie.
Like and follow for more information.
Oh, and you know what? One thing I do want to say, if you buy something from the gift guide, please tell businesses that you saw it in the gift guide. Please let them know that and share that with them.
I think that feedback's good. That way they know, especially if they're putting forth effort and time.
There is energy that goes into this for sure, not just mine. So people are putting energy and time and effort and pictures and stuff. So just let them know that's where you saw it.
Not to mention you're supporting those local businesses as well.
Yes.
And here's both those pages. If you're not familiar with what they look like or what the icons or logos look like, you can make sure you go follow those. So yeah, go follow along. Follow along so you know when the gift guide comes out.
Yes.
It's a lot of fun.
It's a lot of fun. And you might see something new to go shop or buy or go to dinner too. So it's a good.
I mean, a lot of us. I mean, I don't know. You may be too young, DJ, but a lot of us.
Oh wow. Okay.
And Carrie.
There it is.
And everybody may be too young, but
Thank
me.
you. Okay.
But I mean, the holiday catalogs were
amazing.
Oh,
That's what
JCPenney and-
I sit
Yeah.
there for hours and just would flip through
Yeah.
and dog ear the pages,
500 pages.
Circle
thing.
everything.
It's
Right,
like,
right.
Give it to my parents. This is what I want.
Yeah.
Do you when you look at
DJ,
me?
did
do
they
you
have
think,
catalogs
Do
when
you
you
think
were
I grew up with an iPad?
Yes,
Like, do you think I was 5 years old
think
with an
you,
iPad?
I think you still go to sleep with your iPad.
Oh my gosh, I'm 35, sir.
Okay,
Swipe left,
I didn't
swipe
have,
left.
I didn't have all that fun stuff.
Bookmark.
you had catalog.
I had catalogs.
Okay,
I had
okay.
catalogs.
All right.
JCPenney was my preference. It had better toy
Was
section.
JCPenney the Wish Book or Sears? I thought it was Sears, but maybe
Sears,
it was
probably.
JCPenney.
And Toys
Okay.
R Us. Always look
Oh,
forward
yeah,
to Toys
yeah,
R Us.
that was a good one.
Now my kids watch for the Amazon Prime.
Oh, yes, we just
magazine
got
to
that,
show
which
up.
is super fun. It has stickers in it.
It is. They didn't care about the stickers. They just wanted to circle
Okay.
things. Anyways,
I'm sorry, I did digress. Sorry.
Well, we'll
No, not
next
at all.
episode, join us for catalog unveilings. Craig, I know the city's got a lot
Not
of
sure
stuff
how you
coming up.
follow that. All right, so events. Very exciting time here in Wylie, and everybody's busy. As we talked about, it's community partnerships which make the events happen.
Mm-hmm.
So the list is very long, but you think about the Downtown Merchants Association, you think about the Chamber of Commerce, area churches, and other groups and nonprofits. So many people it takes to put those events on. Always want to give a shout out to public safety, as well as parks and streets.
So much that
public
goes into
works.
those.
There's a lot. And a lot of people don't see the behind the scenes when we get together for meetings. Usually about 20, 25 people in the room, go over the map, go over the safety plan, just all of the logistics, ins and outs. Most people just see the marketing side of things and then come out and have a great time at the event, but always so much more behind that. So shout out to them. Also wanted to give a shout out to Wylie, and I thought you'd bring this up, but being named...
I'm leaving
All
that
right.
all
Oh, you
for you.
missed it.
Nope,
You missed
leaving
it.
it there.
You missed it. A good fact, second best place to live for families in the country by Fortune magazine. The reason I bring it up, transitioning from events, because they
Yeah.
do make mention of events.
Absolutely.
And in most of our rankings, when we get those entities typically mention the events because when they come out, see the pictures and see the community gather together, they're always impressed by the events that Wylie as a whole puts on.
Right.
Great family-friendly community events. Exactly what we're talking about today.
Yeah, no, I think it's incredible. I mean, I read the article too, and they referenced several events, just that they thought it was unique and separated us from whatever those lowly number 3 through 5
That's right.
was.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
And most of the events are very unique because they're typically free to park.
yeah.
They're typically free to gain entrance.
Mm-hmm.
We do unique things during the summer. No other event hands out free bottles of water.
Right.
We typically
$5.
will do that, not charging $5 or $10. So, we tend to cater to the family, have a great time in the community. So many things coming up and excited to talk about this.
Love it.
So
Go
thanks
for it.
for the opportunity.
Oh, of course.
Where do I begin?
Yeah, I know.
With
There's
everything happening.
There's a list.
For sure. So we're going to kick it off with the Wylie Arts Festival. And the Wylie Arts Festival is December 3rd. And you'll start to see a lot of marketing and advertising if you haven't already, especially through social media channels as well as magazines. And this is a neat event. So this started, I believe, about 12 years ago. And the first event was held outdoor. Beautiful weekend. Had a huge crowd in Old City Park. Weather was probably 65, 70 degrees. Well, we
Typical
thought-
December for
Yeah, typical. But the following year, we said, we'll put it back outside again in the park in the 30s, low 30s with wind. So then we thought, wow, what do we do? So we looked at locations, and then the event center at First Baptist Church at the time, now the Cross Church, was a perfect opportunity to have some indoor space and outdoor space as well. So now we have about, I think in the end it's going to be about 180 arts and crafts booths, and those
Wow.
are unique items, handmade items for people to come out and shop, and those are both indoor and outdoor.
Is there, just out of curiosity, so maybe some people listening that want to know, is there still vendor space available, or is it already all booked up?
We have a waiting list at this
hey,
point.
that's
so-
good. That's a good. It's a good
that's
problem
exciting.
to have. Yep.
Yeah, because typically the vendors do very well at the event, and we always are sure to send out a survey to find
Sure.
out how people do. And they always rate it as one of the top events from a sales standpoint. from a friendliness standpoint, from a community standpoint.
It's a great time of
and
year for
attendee.
those folks too, right before the holidays.
Yeah,
Awesome.
definitely. And the neat thing about the event, so we can get into that, but about 180 booths.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see. Had to cut it off somewhere. We have great fair food, so you can come out and get your corn dog and get some other styles of food, kettle corn, among other things. What makes it unique, free children's activities. So we'll have the free petting zoo. We'll have the free pony rides, bounce houses. So it's a great opportunity, again, to just come out, enjoy the morning, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. on that December 3rd up at the Cross Church Event Center. I believe that's 200 North Ballard Avenue.
I love it. I've seen myself and heard how successful, I guess is the best way I could put it.
It's really fun.
It's a fun event.
Yeah.
It's a fun event, and I've always seen and heard from vendors that we have some vendors that live in Wes and I's neighborhood that they participate in that, and I've always heard that it was just, we started doing in our neighborhood, spinning off of what was already happening downtown. Is we do it twice a year. We do a small small business or arts and crafts type festival show in our own neighborhood, and we do them at our community pools. And it's spun off of this. They saw what was happening at this event and said, we've got so many of these creatives in our neighborhood that we could help lift their businesses up. And so I think that does exactly this, is that it gives them the opportunity to showcase work or handmade things, and I think it's just a cool event. And again, it's one of those unique ones.
It is.
Nobody's writing a check to get in, or if you want to be an exhibitor, maybe, but to go up and show the event and buy something and participate.
Browse and a lot of free activities for the family.
You can knock out all your Christmas shopping.
Yes, you can.
Yeah.
And to build on that, when the event was created, partnered with the Public Arts Board with the city. Mm-hmm. So I'll get into a little more detail on that. But it was sort of 50-50. So the event was created not only to raise money for Wylie Public Art Program, which I'll talk about a little more, but also to bring people into downtown. We talked about those partnerships and the importance of a vibrant downtown area. At our historic downtown at the time when we started this, it was going through some changes. So we wanted to look at an event that would bring more people downtown, especially during this Christmas selling season. And the neat thing about it is on that Saturday morning through the afternoon, as you walk through downtown, there's a lot of foot traffic and there's a lot of people going in and out of the stores, which is great to see. That was definitely one of the goals of the event. And as an example of that, the flower shop will have an open house and Santa will be there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah. So you can go into those different open houses,
That's
shop,
awesome.
hopefully buy, eat, drink a little, and take the family to go see Santa at one of the local shops. Because we used to have Santa, and then the flower shop said, no, we'll have Santa in our shop.
Yeah.
Bring people into their business, which is pretty neat. So that's sort
You
of...
talked about community partnerships. I think that's one of those and it's something that just about everybody that watches this knows what I do. And I recommend that to anyone that talks to me or consults me, whatever you want to call it, is, interact with those people that are around you, the city events, the stuff going on downtown. If you're downtown, that's a perfect example of not only being able to say, hey, y'all can have more space over there now because you don't have to have a dedicated spot for Santa, but also it gets other people. And I know that I've heard that too, Carrie, you probably heard it as well, but you talk to downtown merchants, they talk about these events that happen downtown. And I'm sure we'll be doing another one to talk about, we did Bluegrass. That's where the last one you were in for. And all these events, but you talk to the vendors that are on there and they talk how successful those events that draw crowds and people and families downtown, what it does for their businesses. So it's just an all-encompassing thing.
Oh, definitely. And the second part of the event was to raise money for public art. So those that don't know, Wylie is a very vibrant public art program. And I believe we now have 12 pieces around town. You go on the website, check it out. I believe it's wylietexas.gov/public art, I believe, which will take you there. And check out those pieces, go visit them. But the money raised over events through Bluegrass as well as the Arts Festival, I believe we've raised over $200 and some thousand over the years. And a couple of the projects have been directly funded through that money raised.
It's awesome.
And, yeah, which is pretty cool. So one right now, which will act as a gateway to the public art trails up at the municipal complex, is going to be a pretty large mosaic, which represents the Blackland prairies and some of the wildlife and plants that would have been found on the Blackland prairies. It's going to be 100% funded through this. And I believe that one was an $80,000 project.
Wow.
So pretty neat that it can fund those projects as well, which public art's important to the community. You know,
Absolutely, yeah.
yeah. Brings people in. We've had a lot of
Should
visitors.
do like
come in.
there should be a scavenger hunt. Maybe Discover Wylie can get on
there
that or
should
something.
Carrie can get on that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so sometime you've
Hang
got to go
on.
get a photo
I'm
with
writing that down.
all of
Please.
the public
Yeah,
art.
okay.
I mean,
Yeah.
I think
Okay.
that what
Oh my
better way to
gosh.
showcase
Let's
it?
do
Yeah.
it. Okay.
You're welcome. I'll send
Yes,
my
thank
check
you.
wherever.
Send me the
I mean,
invoice.
yes, I'll send it to Carrie.
And I'll send it elsewhere.
To put it in perspective, one of the pieces Wylie has, not to go off into public art because we're talking
Yeah.
about events, but up at City Hall, right next to the entrance to City Hall, is a piece that was given to us, I believe, from the city of Atlanta. So
The city
That-
of Atlanta?
yes,
Okay, I thought you said Atlantis.
Atlanta, not Atlantis.
Okay.
That
It could
would
be.
I
fascinating.
was just
I
checking.
thought he's at Atlantis.
So that,
like,
I believe,
whoa.
I believe we have that
Okay.
piece insured at $500,000.
Wow.
So it's a very well-known piece. It's an artist.
That's the
that-
the silver one, correct? The one that's
no. This
that's on
would
the
be
other
the
side.
Herc piece, which is the geometric
right.
shapes,
Yeah.
which
Get your art
represents
right, DJ.
Roman civilization, and the gathering place, which is City Hall,
Yeah.
library, and the rec center. So it's the perfect piece for that. But
Oh, yeah.
I like the idea of a scavenger hunt.
Yes, I love it.
that'd be fun.
Okay, I'm on it.
Let's do it.
It's happening.
Yeah,
That'll
that's
be a
great.
good January activity when everybody's like bored and holidays are over and we need.
And they
something
need to
do.
burn off some calories
Yeah,
from
sure.
Thanksgiving and Christmas. You run
Okay.
around town and go take pictures with art. Love
Yeah,
it.
definitely.
Craig, what else we got going on?
Well, I want to make mention while we're talking about the arts festival, the downtown merchants also every year have a shopping spree.
Uh-huh.
And several hundred people typically jump into this, but there's participating merchants, and feel free to jump in, Carrie, if you want to. But participating merchants stop by from November 14th through December 12th, I believe. I might have those dates a little. November 16th through December 14th. Fill out the form, submit it, and then you're entered into a raffle to win one of several really cool gift baskets.
Yeah. They
And
are really cool.
They're really neat, and they're valued at several $100s
Yeah.
with gift cards and other items.
And all you got to do is shop.
All you got to do is shop.
That's it.
But you know what would be great if when you're shopping, one way you can help local businesses is if you will share your pictures on social media
Yes.
There
of
you
these
go.
businesses and hashtag Discover Wylie
Love
and
that.
hashtag I Shop Wylie, and then we can share them and also promote these
Definitely.
businesses and that people are doing this. So it's
It
a way
all
you
works
can-
kind of full circle.
Yeah,
Is
for
that
sure.
these businesses
Yep.
are running promotions and doing different things. Like obviously the shopping spree is really cool, and I think it's a great idea to incentivize even more. You're already going to be shopping for the holidays. You know, you need gifts. You're going to be doing that thing anyways. Why not support a local business with even if it's some of your shopping? But then in the back end of this is absolutely. I mean, it's a world we live in. Is everyone's taking selfies anyways?
Yep.
So why not take one downtown when
Right.
you're doing the shopping spree and
share those businesses.
Share
It
the
doesn't seem like a
businesses.
lot, but that's a
very
huge,
easy.
huge impact on a small business when you share
Definitely is.
their business on
Yeah.
Facebook or anywhere.
Absolutely.
Instagram. It's huge.
And it hits closer to home as you, Carrie and I, and you guys as well, get to know the business owners, the families, the individuals behind the businesses.
Yep.
It's their livelihood.
absolutely.
They're paying their rent. They're
Yeah.
paying for their groceries. Kids are going to school. So when you shop local, you're supporting those individuals, which then put money back into the community.
Yeah.
They're going to our schools. They're going out and buying their goods
Yeah.
and services as well.
You're talking about a significant portion, and I
Huge.
don't know how you tie that in or look at other cities, but I know that in Wylie in particular, a huge significant percentage of our business population is 100% local.
Yep.
Their kids go to school with your kids, and they drive and work and worship and all those things in the same places, and you probably know more of them than you even maybe realize. And these are the opportunities that have been created for
Definitely.
us to support them.
Yep, definitely. So on December 3rd, any questions about Arts Festival? I think that's a great event. Several thousand people come out.
Getting
We
a
hope
corn
to see you
dog,
there.
and I'll be there.
Please do. And I'm sure Carrie will be walking
Tasty
away
fair
with
food.
several bags.
Of things.
Oh, all the things.
sorts
Yeah.
of things. Yes.
Yeah. I always laugh at the mayor because he'll show up first thing in the morning. He's like, well, Craig, I just wanted to stop in and see what was going on. I'm going to be taking off in a minute. He might go buy one thing. I'll see him like 3-4 hours later.
He's still there with bunch
He's
of
still
bags.
walking around, but he said, I've been to the car 4 or 5 times and I can't get out of here. And you see that all the time. It's pretty
So
cool.
here's a pro tip: bring a wagon,
I like it.
Oh, a wagon.
a little
Definitely.
wagon or a stroller, if
Yeah,
you have,
please.
and fill it with your bags. Yeah,
Yep.
Or
We're
go-
happy
or
to
go
help
with
I've
too.
done this before.
Or go with Carrie.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go
Hashtag
with
pro
me.
tip.
Pro tip.
There you go.
Maybe you should have a little shopping seminar.
Yeah.
And you
I
can
could do that.
show people the ropes
That would be-
and what to do.
Yes.
Or you can come to Wes's wagon rental.
Wes just launched a new
Yeah, I
business.
like that. Yeah.
You can get a booth. Talk to Craig here.
Yep, that's right. And then the exciting event that evening, Arts Festival is pretty cool. But that evening at 4:00, the KCS Holiday Express returns to Wylie.
Ooh, yes.
I'm excited about this.
Super fun. Kids love this.
They
oh my
love
gosh.
it. Yeah, pretty cool.
Yeah.
So it's been a few years since they've stopped in Wylie. Now, what's cool about this is outside of Kansas City, and I think one other stop, I think Wylie has hosted the KCS Holiday Express more than any other city.
So neat.
And it's a great community. There's a great location for them to bring the train, and that would be at the Oak Street crossing, which is at the intersection of Oak and Birmingham. So downtown as well. So you can stay Arts Festival till 4, grab a bite to eat downtown, get some coffee, walk a few blocks over to the train, check it out, and go through the cars that feature different displays. So we've typically had about 4,000 or 5,000 people come out to the Holiday Express.
Can you tell people? Oh, go ahead. Go ahead, Wes.
Speaking, I'm a parent of a train obsessed
Oh my gosh.
child.
Yes.
We have been to. This is a highlight of the holiday season.
Yeah.
Because he's getting older now, but
Yeah.
it used to be nothing but trains. That's
Same.
that's all we talked about.
Oh,
Yeah.
if you have a train, if you
Yep.
have a kid that likes trains, there's nothing better because they get to walk through it, right? They
Yeah.
go through a
Oh,
couple
yes, yeah.
cars and Santa's
Yeah.
in one of the cars, I think,
Yeah.
or used to be.
Yeah, there's a couple cars.
Yeah.
And one has a train display, another has a holiday display, Christmas display. And depending on the crowd, they may move Santa outside because Wylie does bring people out. And
sure.
Wylie loves the train.
And
Yes.
the line goes quicker than
It does.
than you
Yep.
think because when you get there, the lines
Yep.
can be really
be long.
intimidating, but it's moving the whole
Yeah,
time.
it's worth
Take your
it's worth the
time.
wait.
Take your photos.
DJ said I could take selfies.
Maybe enjoy your Shoemaker and Heart coffee,
Right,
and
right.
you know some treats you got, and then just hang out. Be there, and then wait your turn in line. Get inside, go inside the train. Yeah, I haven't gotten to go inside the train. I have not. I'm making a point
This is your
to
year.
be at the train this year. I want to, and so I don't know enough about it. But I mean, when I saw the pictures of it, I was like,
It's pretty fun.
this thing comes to Wylie. You know,
Yeah.
I was like,
Pretty
yes,
fun.
it
I have to
pulls
di-
up.
I
With
have to
lights
dig out
and
some
everything.
pictures and show you.
I love it.
Yeah.
DJ, if you'll make a video, we can pull some strings to get you into that.
Okay, I'll
You
work
might
it
get
out.
to the front of the
Yeah.
line is what I think
Whoa,
I'm hearing.
that's right.
Are you
Yeah.
cutting the line?
Oh, we didn't say
wait,
all
wait,
that.
wait, wait,
we
wait.
didn't say all that.
For
What if I
marketing
take
purposes
pictures?
only. Well, yes, as well.
No,
marketing
we'll
purposes
allow it.
only.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. Now, the neat thing to me about this train, so even if if your thing isn't the kids portion of the train, so the Holiday Express is pulled into town by the Southern Belle. And the Southern Belle is a restored passenger train which offered service through KCS Railway from the 40s through the 60s, and it ran between Kansas City and also New Orleans. So it's a really beautiful passenger train,
Oh, it's
which has
awesome.
been restored. And just getting up close to the engine, it's amazing. And seeing how beautiful. Now, you can't walk through that, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But from the outside, you can see the different cars, the dining cars, the sleeping cars. It's just a great train. If you love trains, you don't want to miss it.
I
That's
think
cool.
people come just for that.
They do.
I remember
Yeah.
being here a few years ago when
Yeah.
it was here, and there was a bunch of people waiting for the train to pull in just because they wanted to see.
Yeah,
the,
there's an avid community. I mean,
Yes.
but there's certain rigs that pull through certain parts of town. I
And
mean,
they're
they'll drive
show
to
up.
Sherman
They
or
show
McKinney or wherever to go see these different, engines and things, which is really cool. But I mean, this one is
It's amazing.
holiday
Yeah.
lights. I mean, and all.
Oh yeah,
You know what I mean?
It's so fun.
I did have the chance to ride on that Southern Belle
Really?
once.
Where'd you go?
They had it open, between yards, so it was a very short run here in the Metroplex, but just fascinating to see the Pullman sleeper cars, the caboose. They have the glass top, cars if you're riding through the countryside to sit up. It was
Yeah,
beautiful.
that's awesome.
Really neat. Yeah, really cool train. So come on out. And,
Come see the train.
Yeah, come
I'm
see
gonna
it.
be there. I'll go check it
Yeah,
out.
you can. I mean,
Got VIP.
you're drawn to all the
VIP.
sparkly lights and the.
I mean, look at that smiling face.
Oh,
I mean, how can you resist?
yeah.
Right?
How true.
Yeah,
I agree. Yeah,
looks
fun.
kind of like a Thomas the Train, with
Kinda,
the
yeah.
face on it.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's branded
that.
that way, but yes, it's very similar for the
Thomas like.
Thomas like. I like that.
Thomas like. There we go.
Thomas like.
Thomas like.
Don't tell
The
them
way to do
that
it.
though. Don't
Yeah.
tell them that though. Well, there's Craig. I know that there's There's a lot happening that weekend, right?
Whew. Yes. So then we hopefully end the evening at some point. Now, KCS will stay till everybody goes through.
Yeah.
So if you see that line and you think it's too long, they will remain until everybody has a chance to go through.
It's awesome.
So that's really cool. Typically there till like 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
9:30. So the following day, on Sunday, December 4th, now we have the Christmas parade and tree lighting. Woohoo! Another exciting event. See by the photo up on the screen there. Usually heavily attended. We'll pray for good weather for that event.
Who's in the parade? I don't think I've done the parade.
You haven't done
Or
the parade?
I haven't been to the parade.
The parade, and Craig, you can take over
Yes.
anytime. But the parade for me, and I have been to the parade a lot, extensively, and I have seen the parade from every angle and every vantage. And so when I say that, I went to the parade the first year as a spectator, and I
So
had
you've been in the parade.
I had. We'll get to that. We'll get to that.
good.
But that year,
Would DJ miss a parade? I
Well,
don't
no.
think so. Yeah.
That year, I set up a phone. I live streamed it
Okay.
that first year, and I live streamed the parade, and that was really cool because that was a COVID year, so there were a lot of people that weren't able to attend, or maybe a little fearful, or weren't feeling well and didn't want to be in crowds. But we were trying to get some level of normalcy back, and so I went out there. I was like, what, I'm going to live stream it for those that weren't able to come. So it was really cool, and it was wild seeing some of the comments. I mean, there were people. I've been attending the Wylie parade for years and years and years, and we weren't able to come, and it was just really cool that they were able to do that. Then the next year, my neighborhood group, we started a group of mini bikes, and we built these things from
I
nothing.
know someone in your neighborhood that was
Yes.
talked about the mini bikes.
Well, you're looking at a few of the original 5.
Okay,
I mean,
okay.
and then it went to about 30
Okay.
plus just in our neighborhood.
I still have my mini bikes.
I sold mine. But we rode in the parade on our mini bikes. We transported them down to downtown. We rode in the
Okay.
parade that year on the mini bikes.
Sorry, I missed this.
Yeah, you did. But and I'm saying all that to say, and then one year I was honored enough to take one of our council members in my car through the parade, and now I was the official council person vehicle.
Not on your
And
mini
it was
bike, though.
not on the mini bike. No, that was with the it's actually with the Corvette last year, which was really cool. Now I can't do that anymore. But what I'm saying all that to, like, the parade is made up of, there are like your official parade attendees, I guess you say, like you've got fire, you got police, which is awesome. They have the lights on, the kids love it.
Oh, yeah.
Santa's typically in the fire truck, which is incredible.
Of course.
But you have all of these community participants that anyone could technically be in the parade.
Is it too late to enter the parade?
No,
It is not.
I don't think it is. So I know that you do a lot of work with your horse folks.
Yeah, yeah.
But anyone can be in the parade. Like, there will be typically Boy Scouts, Cub Scouts. I mean, all the schools do their things, football team. But you have, like us, we were a mini bike group. We paid the entry fee, and we said we are a mini bike group, and they said you are in the parade. And
Okay, so
but it's neat.
The acceptance is
In sync
the
exotics.
bar's low.
okay.
There's not a. I think it's a.
Before I start thinking of my parade idea, I should know. Yes.
No,
What is the bar?
That's what and you can tell I get excited about the parade. The parade is one of my favorite events. Like, I love bluegrass on Ballard. I love all those things. But the parade is really cool because it's very unique in that, like I said, really anyone, like, you've got everything from the high schools to PD Fire to NSYNC Exotics has, like, one year they had like fake tigers in there. And it was just, you can be involved, and it is, and that's exactly what the event is. You have anything and everything in this parade
Okay.
that you could
Might need to put
possibly
that on my
imagine,
to-do list.
and it's
Please do.
Make a
fun.
note.
It's a
Yeah,
fun
make-
event.
And let me say it's a night parade as well.
Yes.
Yeah, well, that's
Yeah.
what I was seeing in that
Yeah.
picture. It
And
looks
there is
even better.
There is
'cause there's
something
lights.
special
Yeah,
about
for
our
sure.
downtown at
Yes.
night.
You could do the parade, then hit up Landon afterwards or Frankie's.
I'm
Oh,
sure
a lot
they're
of
open.
places, sure.
I'm sure
Yeah.
they're open.
Yep.
Yeah.
So Festival of Lights Christmas Parade and 6 p.m.
Okay.
And you can still sign up. Now, the neat thing about, like we said, most of the events we do, they're partnerships.
Yeah.
And for a long time, the Chamber of Commerce would help organize the parade. They moved on from organizing that a number of years ago. First Baptist Church, now the Cross, picked up on that in filling that void. They were able to bring out a lot of volunteers to help with traffic control, street closures, and partner together. But they're the ones that also take application for the floats and for the participants.
They
So
do a great job emceeing
They
it
do.
as well.
They do.
They do. It's
So at thecross.com, you would find that application.
Yep.
And I can't recall what the entry fee is, but it's very low.
I
should have
want to
looked
say it
that
was
up.
a couple $100 maybe.
Oh no,
maybe.
no, no!
Is it
no,
not?
No.
Oh,
Much
maybe-
lower. We're talking.
Oh, maybe it
Now
is.
we got to find that.
That's what they
I
charge
should
you.
have gone
Not
with
said
that.
it.
Your mini bikes will
DJ,
cost
come on now.
$200.
Maybe someone charged me $250. Maybe that's what it
I
was.
think I did.
You
but we
get
won't
you get
go
the
there.
extra charge.
That might have been me. I hope not. but-
No, I don't think it was. Maybe I could. Be
Oh,
losing
DJ
it.
Shirley, extra charge, extra,
Triple.
He's going to get into the KCS train, so we got
triple
him.
charge. This guy.
Okay, so your couple hundreds
Oh,
has gone down
okay,
through October 31st. Early bird sign up
okay.
for the low price of
50.
$25.
Oh my gosh. Okay,
Maybe you paid per person. With
maybe
your group, and
that's
so-
what I did.
I don't know.
We weren't supposed to talk about this because you paid me. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh yeah, I paid. See, I paid
Yeah.
Craig on the side.
Yeah.
That's why it was
So-
$250.
$40 after October 31st.
I thought I was getting
So-
a deal.
All right. So if
Okay.
you
So
want in
sign
the
up that day.
parade,
I got it.
$25.
$25
If
before the
I'm
31st.
if
Yes.
we're fast, it depends. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
And it's Cross Church is where we need to go
Cross
to register.
Church.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
easy enough.
Yep.
Now there's and I've got a picture up there, and our mayor was not there unfortunately that night, but he had a prior commitment. But I did get a picture. I think this is mine. This could be yours, but it's a picture, and this is something that happens after the parade. So I want to give you a chance to talk about it because I think it's very cool.
Oh,
what we
yeah,
do
it's a
there,
great
too.
event. Yeah, so directly following the parade, people follow Santa down Ballard, and he leads them to Old City Park, and we have a stage set up. We
And just so
have-
everyone knows, this is not Santa.
Okay.
this is
I
not
was
Santa.
wondering.
No, this is our
Okay.
Mayor Pro Tem.
Okay.
So, yes.
Okay.
This is Mayor Pro Tem Forster.
Okay.
He's growing his beard out,
Never know.
as we see. Maybe, we won't go there, but
He was
nonetheless,
close. He
pretty
was very
close.
Santa-esque.
That's what. Yeah. Okay.
He did a great job filling in
did.
for the mayor, by the
Yeah,
way.
he did.
So people come down to Old City Park, in the Parks Department, they'll spend 3-4 weeks. In fact, they're starting already in lighting the park, getting ready for this event, setting up the large tree, and then lighting all of the other trees and everywhere else. But directly following the parade, come on down. Again, the stage will be set up. And on that evening, we have performances, usually by Tempo Choir from Wylie High School. And then the mayor reads Night Before Christmas, does a great job, sets up a park bench, usually invites a kid up there and reads Night Before Christmas. And then we light the big tree. So it's a fun night, a great night.
I love that.
Quick event.
It is. But it's a perfect end to that parade.
Definitely.
And I won't get off on it too much because I do enjoy the parade. I enjoy this entire night. This is one of my favorite nights in Wylie. And but it is. It's neat. Everyone comes down. The kids get their chance to perform. But then the tree lighting ceremony is very cool. I remember when I saw it for the first time. Again, to me, it's one of those unique things that you're not going to see anywhere else. That if you live in or around Wylie, that you need to come find as you see in the picture, come find your spot on the
have to.
sidewalk. And there's a lot of good vantage points for the parade, and then just make your way right down there and be able to do. And the kids do a great job with the performances and everything from the schools. They do a phenomenal job. And it's, what would you say, Craig? How long are they down in the park? 30 minutes?
Yeah, 30 minutes.
Something like that.
Definitely.
And the crowds disperse well out of there. Everyone does a great job of kind of coordinating where, parking and things like that. So it's an incredible event.
This
And
is
again,
on
yeah.
Sunday. On a Sunday.
On the Sunday evening.
Okay.
At parade at 6 o'clock, and then tree lighting.
I feel like I need to
Book
do this.
reading
this year.
following.
Oh, absolutely.
You need to.
So
Yeah.
much fun.
Yeah, grab a cup of coffee, grab some treats at one of the stores.
And I will say that it seems as though, we do it towards the beginning of the month. The weather so far,
Okay.
whatever you
now
wanna do.
you're gonna jinx
no,
us.
Yeah,
it really
thanks.
is. It's
Thanks.
not. It's
If it
not.
rains, it's DJ's
gonna-
fault, or
Oh, you
snows.
can. I never said that word. You just did. I never said that word. So
gonna be
Inclement.
great.
I just said.
Don't say the R word.
No, we're not saying the R word. But it's just a fun event. Absolutely, Carrie. I can't believe you haven't been
Yep.
yet.
I know.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So we've covered a lot of events.
We have.
We've covered a lot of events. There is one that I would like to, as we're wrapping things up, that I know that there's, not a ton of information on it. I know it's getting pushed out right now.
Before you go, before you go.
Yeah.
We talked about a lot of events, right? Is there a central location where people can go and find all the information about these events and links to go sign up? And
Yeah, definitely. We consolidate them at wylietexas.gov/events. And we'll have most of the events going on in the community, the larger ones, at that location. Now, other organizations that we partner with, like Discover Wylie, they'll list specific events as well. But this tends to be a location, wylietexas.gov/events, where you can go and
start.
see all of those major
And I
events.
threw up y'all's socials as well, so that way they
thank
make sure
you.
they follow
Yeah.
you. And obviously the website's linked on both of those as well, so you can
Yes.
find their ways to get there too.
Wide Awake Wylie.
Yeah, and I encourage people to follow all of the different entities,
Yeah.
and you'll get your information.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Hopefully.
And catalogs.
And catalog.
So
Yeah, we're coming back to catalog. Gonna make our
I
job
love that
challenging.
catalog.
Well,
no, I want to. I did want to touch on this event a little bit. I know both of you have some involvement in it, myself included, and I think it's a really cool event. I always get excited about first year events because first year events, man, it is a fingers crossed. Like here we go. Let's hope it goes well. But I think that this one is something that is near and dear to my heart, and I think that it's something that's very cool that we're trying to do. Where we find gaps where we maybe don't have something for an audience or something. And I'm just going to throw it up there. But we have the Entrepreneur Day, Entrepreneurs Expo that the Wylie Economic Development Corporation is sponsoring, headlining, putting on, whatever you want to call it. But I'm pretty excited about this because, and Carrie, I'll let you elaborate a little bit on it, but I know that it's coming up on November 15th. 3 to 8, going to be a come and go type thing. 3 to 7 is the actual event, and then
Yeah.
like a networking from 7 to 8 at Landon's. But specifically, and I know I have some stuff on the screen, but specifically, who is this for? Like someone that sees that and goes, Entrepreneurs Expo, what does that even mean?
This is for if you're an entrepreneur, if you want to be an entrepreneur, if you have a small business, if you have a side hustle that you maybe want to expand on, or if you want to start a side hustle, this is where you're going to go to get all of your questions answered. So we're going to have, it's going to be a bunch of experts that are going to be there talking about, but I don't see if you have all the topics up there. I can't remember
I have
everything.
some. I have some.
Off the top of my head, but like anything from permitting, like the city's going to be there and they can answer your questions about what cities answer questions
Code
about.
compliance,
Code
planning
compliance,
and zoning.
permits, that kind
Yeah.
of stuff. And then, so DJ and I will be there with Greg Scott, and we're going to have a round table about marketing. So we're going to be talking about social media, marketing, Facebook, Instagram, marketing strategies, whatever you want. You can come ask us all your questions.
Yeah.
And then there'll be 2 other round tables as well. That one about, I think, how to set up your business and mistakes to avoid. And then I don't remember the third one off the top of my head. I can't remember it. But there will be a keynote speaker.
Craig, do you have it? I think
here
Craig
we go.
has it.
Here we
He
go.
might have the round tables right
He
there.
doesn't have the round tables.
Oh,
But it's business planning.
But the
Oh, it went away.
it's all of the all the round tables. You're specifically that you're going to be able to come in, like you said, if you are a hashtag boss babe or you are a wantrepreneur is a word
Yes,
that I hear all the
okay.
time. That you either want to start a business or you have an idea for a business or you have a side hustle that you're operating out of your garage, you want to take to the next level.
And you're spinning your wheels.
You're spinning
You know
your
that
wheels,
feeling you have when you're just spinning your
or
wheels.
you're at step 1 where you're going, this would be really cool to do, or I have an idea, or I have numerous ideas that I don't know which one to go with.
But
or
will the city let me do it?
exactly, I want to open a food truck that sells root beer hot dogs. Like how do I even go about doing that? They will be able to meet, and that's what I love about this event and the idea behind it. And that's why people need to come and check it out. Is you're going to be able to come in and go, hey, guy that is responsible for planning and zoning that would shut me down if I wanted to tear this building down, or hey, guy that could tell me this is where you can do that, but you have to be on this part of town or in this type of parcel. It can't be industrial. It has to be this. Not everyone knows the answers to those questions.
Or if you want an office space, there's things you need just to have an office space. There's
Yep.
permits and things that you have to get, and you don't know that
Certificate of
necessarily. Yes, that's
occupancy.
what I was going, but I couldn't remember the name.
We found that out.
I
We
can only
did find
remember
out.
the occupancy.
Thank you, Wylie Fire.
You have to have the fire department, right? They have to come and inspect it. Like you have
maybe
to,
I should excuse myself.
but you don't know these things if you're just getting an office space
You
for
have
the
no
first
idea.
time.
Well, you
No
just
idea.
go immediately what you do,
Yep.
and this is the thing that entrepreneurs in general typically do, and we're getting off on an entrepreneur talk, is that we go ready, fire, aim.
yeah, done. Okay.
That's what we do is
Yeah.
we say ready, fire, aim, and that's just what an entrepreneur just goes.
Yeah.
And a good entrepreneur does, but they have to know this is the perfect opportunity for anyone. I don't care where you are on that step of your business, whether it's inception or you've already been in business a few years and you want to take it to the next level. There'll be people there from the EDC as well who they can be that connector between, okay, so you're here and you have, 5 employees and you're wanting to take it to where, your warehouse space is 500 square feet, but you could blow up if you had 1,500 square feet of work. Well, let me put you in touch with the right person that can help you get to that size space. This is the event for these types of folks.
So good for networking.
And you're gonna get to network.
Good to network, because that's such a thing it's hard to do, especially if you're working at home by yourself. If you're sitting in front of your laptop and you're doing your hustle and you have an Etsy shop or whatever you're doing, you're by yourself a lot of the times. And so this is a great opportunity to come out and meet other people like you.
What do they say? Your network is...
I don't know.
Your net worth
Is your net worth,
Your net worth.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah. No, it's just,
yeah.
but no, this is, I wish that, I've gotten to know a lot of folks around from city, EDC and then other businesses just because of what I do by nature. But if I was in probably any other type of business, to be able to go to something like this and be able to meet and shake hands and get a business card and bounce an idea or ask a question, usually, and it's not any fault of, the cities or EDCs or anyone, there's certain protocol. I don't want to call it red tape, but there's certain protocol that you have to go through. So if I want to talk to planning and zoning, I have to submit a form and say, here's my idea. And here's what, whereas at this event, yes, there's going to be, they can't just tell you, hey, yeah, you can build that. We give you a thumbs up. But they can go, here are the requirements. You can actually talk to somebody and you build a relationship. Right. So I'm excited about this event. November 15th, it's from 3 to 8. 3 to 7 is the event itself.
It's
7
free.
to 8. And it's free, which is incredibly, that's just awesome that you don't have to pay to come to this. You can come and get insider tips.
Come talk to us. Bring your questions.
Where
Bring your concerns.
Where do they register this thing at?
There's an Eventbrite, and I guess you guys will share the link.
Yeah, we'll share the link.
We'll share the link.
It's going to be on the...
I don't know.
I want to say, I know that...
There's also an event on Facebook that's on
Yeah.
the city page and the Discover Wylie page.
Yeah, so you can go to any of those, all the pages we've already referenced. I'm sure Discover Wylie has it up or will.
Yeah.
City will. I know I will. Speak Loud will. Love Wylie will have it up. It'll be out there. It'll be on social, but that's how you go register. It's free. You do need to register just because, again, it's planning for space. Planning for space to know that you're going to show up. Craig, anything that you want to add there? To that
No, not at all. But to build on what Carrie
there?
said, facebook.com/Wylie, Texas.
Yep.
Or /Discover Wylie. And then the other entities out there. But great opportunity. I just wanted to say, people need to understand the city is here to help people.
Absolutely.
And to guide and direct. And many of the rules and regulations are for your own protection and safety.
Mm-hmm.
Permits are there for a reason to make sure that work is done correctly, that the building is safe.
Absolutely.
That it's ready to be occupied.
Yep.
Well, and the last thing that you want, to even build on that, and I've seen it happen, I'm sure you have, is that you have a business that either doesn't know the steps or they sidestep the steps,
Not even intentionally.
But then they get shut down.
Yeah.
Either they get shut down because there was an issue that popped up that caused them shut down, had nothing to do with the city, and then the city goes, oh my gosh, we didn't inspect this, we didn't know. Or the city does what the city's supposed to do, an inspector sees it and they notice that something's not right, and they have to do, they're just certain, and again, the person sits back and goes, I didn't even know. Well, this is an opportunity, once again, that I can talk to the exact people who are responsible for those things, and they can go, here are your 1 through 3s. 1 through 3s, get these done, and then bring it back to me, and I'll help you.
And I'd also want to say, so many times people sit there frustrated. The city, again, is here to help. So reach out, ask questions.
Yeah.
We're here for you to help.
Right.
And don't sit there maybe not knowing what to do or frustrated. Reach out.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And we'll help. May not always like the answer, but at least
here's
what the
here's
answer
Craig
is.
Kelly's cell phone number.
Hey, I'm fine with
Craig
that. I don't
Kelly
mind.
personally, he will
That's
be
fine.
at this
I
event.
know. No,
Public info.
It's a great
at
group.
WylieTexas.gov.
There it
Send
is.
it. We'll get you to the right person. Fine with that.
Well, we've covered a lot here, Wes.
have.
We're gonna throw the links up to a lot of this different stuff, and we'll be sharing the events as they pop up. But Craig, thank you for being here. Great. Carrie, thank you for being here again. Long-time listener, first-time caller.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go back and listen.
She's coming back.
Yeah, for sure.
We got a lot of stuff coming up, you guys. So make sure that you are you following Live Love Wylie, you're following Wide Awake Wylie, you're following Discover Wylie. Somebody you can stay on top of all these events that are coming up, and we'll see you out there.
You got to stay in the know.
Got to stay in the know.
That's
Railroad
right.
tracks and catalogs.
Yes, to catalogs.
I think we're out of here.
We're out of here. Thanks, guys. This episode of the Live Love Wylie podcast is brought to you by the Wylie Economic Development Corporation and the City of Wylie.